Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Wherever you are and whatever you're doing, I hope you're having a fantastic day. Today, I'm bringing you a slight spin on the Things You Missed series, and I'm going to bring you the things I missed. Over the first 5 parts of this series, everyone has been tremendously helpful and so wonderful, showing me a few things that even I missed when scouring through these areas. So I've done a short collaboration here of the couple of things in each area that I missed, just in case this also helps you out. Straight away, in the Raya Lucaria Academy, head to the main Academy Gate Site of Grace. And where I showed you the 2 seals that take you back to the entrance or onto the next area respectively, people told me you can just run past them. I assumed they were invisible walls, so I never even tried. You could just run past them. And as we head down the southeast here, you'll see there's lots of wolves on the way. Just clear them out as you go. And then when you get near the bottom, there is a merchant. There's a merchant I never knew existed. What? He sells you the Fervor's Cookbook 2, which lets you coat your melee weapons in sleep paralysis, and also lets you craft sleep paralysis arrows and bolts for your bows and crossbows. As you can see, he also has a fairly crappy spirit ashes for the fanged imps. I get them anyway, just because I really like to own everything, along with a few slightly more rare crafting materials, stone sword keys, and just a bunch of other stuff. I grabbed all the notes as well because I love having all the notes in the game. Once you're done with the merchant, you can head further down, grab the strips of white flesh off of that body, and then the celestial dew right at the end. This is the item that I couldn't remember before that you need to absolve yourself if you've killed or harmed any important NPCs. Just be careful because another one of them Bloodfang guys will drop down and ambush you as well. He packs a punch, but he doesn't have much health, so he should go down in no problem at all. Once you've taken him out, you can go back to the main Academy Gate Site of Grace. This time head northeast, and along this bridge you'll find a golden seed. Next we'll head onto the rooftops, and where we jumped over and turned left before to get into the tower with the magic crossbow at the top, you actually want to jump straight over directly in front of you this time, turn right and hop down onto this roof here, turn right again, and then you can hop down the platforms inside this building, and halfway down you'll find the lazuli glintstone crown off another crystal crab. Then finally, for the Raya Lucaria Academy, go back to the church right at the start with the sorcerer and the 3 marionettes in. Come to this wall here, right by the door. Give it a little slap, and you'll see it's illusion. It's an illusion. With a rune arc in it. That's everything that I missed personally in the Raya Lucaria Academy that I didn't already cover in the other video. Shameless plug. Go watch it if you haven't already. We're now going to move on to the Weeping Peninsula, and there's only one thing here that I didn't mention in the video that I think is worth noting, and that's the Great Turtle Shell Shield. From the Castlemorn Rampart Site of Grace that I'm at here, head east to the Spirit Spring, and you can use it to jump on top of this giant tower like so. And once you're up here, you can grab the Great Turtle Shell, which for its low stat requirements is an absolutely insanely good shield. Can't believe I missed showing you this. So yeah, highly recommend this shield. For anyone here that knows Lobos, he actually used this shield for the majority of his level 1 playthrough. Now we're going to teleport over to Liurnia of the Lakes, and there's 2 things here that I'd like to show you. Head to the Crystalline Woods Site of Grace just here, and you want to head southeast and you'll see an entrance to a cave blocked by a stone sword key. I won't do the whole cave in this video, but essentially it leads you to a relatively powerful staff, but more importantly, once you go through and beat the boss, you can then continue forwards and it will bring you out at the top of a tower in the academy that was inaccessible to you before, and this contains the Terra Magica spell, which is just god tier. Essentially, it puts a sigil down on the ground, and any spells that you cast within that sigil do a tremendous amount of damage, more than they usually would. That, mixed with the Comet Azure spell, is just, you can one-shot every single boss as long as they stay still. It's stupid. And then finally, we're going to go all the way down to the southwest of Liurnia of the Lakes, and where you see this big plateau that we'll be exploring in a later video, you can actually go underneath it. I didn't include it in a Things You Missed video because it's a massive village. It's not that missable, but a few people called it out, so I'll show you where it is just so you can see. The closest site of grace I've got is the fallen ruins of the lake, so we'll go there and we'll unlock another site of grace on the way. Once you've grabbed that site of grace, keep heading south, And eventually everything will start getting really dark because you've gone underneath this massive mountain and you're now in a village inside the mountain. Apologies if I get the name wrong, but welcome to the village of the Albinaurics. Albinaurics? That sounds right. I think I did well. Tell me if I did well in the comments. Here, if you've been progressing her questline, you'll come upon Nefeli, and there's also another NPC hidden in the village somewhere, disguised as either a crate or a barrel. I'm going to say a barrel. There's a few other cool bits of loot and stuff around here, and also a boss. So I'll leave you to explore the village at your leisure. That's all I have for you for Liurnia of the Lakes. I'm going to go and show you one or two things from Limgrave as well. This is things I didn't miss, but a few people made good points in the comments that they're still worthy of calling out. So for these last few in Limgrave, I won't be able to show you specifically in action because I've already done these things and I just didn't deem them worthy of being in the top tips video. So we'll go through it now. Firstly, head to the War Master's shack and hang around for a few seconds and a boss will spawn. Okay, I didn't want to give you any misinformation, so I've just had to go and check this one for you. And I can confirm he only spawns at night, and apparently the quickest way to make him spawn is rest at the War Master's shack, advance the time to night, then rest again, and then when you enter the shack, he will spawn. And he drops you the Bone Peddler's Bell Bearing, which is actually really great because it allows you to buy unlimited amounts of thin animal bones and hefty beast bones. So there's a lot of items you'll no longer have to farm and grind lots of bones to be able to craft them. And the final thing I wanted to call out is the Stormhill Everjail with the first Crucible Knight that you can encounter. He gives you a poxy amount of runes when you kill him, but also the aspects of the Crucible Tail, which is a decently strong faith spell that looks really cool, not gonna lie. So if you're going faith, it's definitely worth killing him for that. And now I'll move on and show you everything I missed in Stormveil. Okie dokie, firstly start off at the Rampart Tower, head out through the door that leads back to the big lift and go up. Once you've cleared out the exiles up there, jump on the wall that has the sandbags on it again. And quick disclaimer, not that anyone's gonna fucking believe me, I promise I found all this stuff during my first playthrough. Yeah, of course you did. Honestly, I don't know how I forgot to show you these few things when I was first making the video. Of course you did, shut up Dom. Show us the things. Alright, so you've cleared out the exiles, you're on the sandbags, turn right here, and hop onto the other broken tower. You'll be able to jump over the broken wall and into the tower, and when you drop down, you'll find a stone sword key, and you'll be directly above that really big strong bastard bird from earlier. Now head back to the same site of grace, head back into the room with the giant lift, but this time, take a left and go to the lift that leads you down to where the grafted scion was. Now you'll see we're going to get to that item and that chest just above us on the right hand side there. To do that, head upstairs and come into the room with this big bad knight here. Take him out and run outside. You'll see the ledge that we need to get to that is currently inaccessible. Turn around behind you and hop over the sandbags. You can kill the exile and pick up the gold pickled foulfoot. Honestly, one of my favourite items. Who doesn't love free runes? Go up the stairs and follow this walkway. Eventually you'll come to a ladder. At the top of the ladder, run along this walkway and then drop down. You'll now be at the ledge we were looking at just a second ago. From here you can turn around and open the door to create a shortcut. Not that you'll ever need to come back here. Now turn left through this door here and you can grab the stone sword key and loot the chest, which will reward you with some pickled turtlenecks. And the last thing I didn't show you is Sorcerer Roger. I don't know why, I don't know how. I interacted with him during this video to send him off to the Round Table Hold, and I just somehow completely ignored him and didn't give him any screen time. I must have just thought, you know what, Roger, fuck you. There's a few different ways you can get to him from the Rampart Tower site of grace, either from above or from below. So from here, take out the knight and the exile, or as you'll see the ladder above, that's where you'll be if you've come directly from the Rampart Tower site of grace and come from the birds. Run into this building and you'll be in another church. And if you haven't already done this bit, then he'll be stood just here, ready for you to start his questline and sell you a couple of Ashes of War. And then once you've done this area, he'll be transported to Round Table Hold. And that is all the things I missed, or at least didn't share with you, throughout the first few parts of this series. So I'd like to say thank you so much to anyone who's got involved in the comments, and also a huge thank you to the continued support for this channel. You have allowed me to do this as my career, and I choke up every time I think about that. This is absolutely phenomenal, and I will endeavour to continue to provide you with the best content I can possibly deliver. So I guess all that's left to say is have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.